If you're playing Warspell Team Tactics RPG, you will definitely mess up your team. I only say so because I did it too. With how the story progresses and the rarity of good summons, it's easy to fall into a predetermined team the game points you towards. But with the help of some of our veteran players' tier lists, we can gain a little information about who we can branch out towards. This tier list is organized by both rating and hero class, so watch out for that. An S-tier tanker may not be as good as a C-tier attacker in certain situations. Double S-tier are characters that are the most powerful and very good for PvP. S-tier units are also very good in terms of their abilities, but they're slightly less powerful compared to the double S-tier characters. A-tier characters are the average performers, but they can work very well in certain circumstances, and B-tier heroes are the weakest on the list, so it's recommended to avoid using them. Anyways, starting with the tanks, we have an even spread amongst the S, A, and B tiers, so no tank is really that bad, but a few do tend to outshine the rest. In the S tier are Zatros, Fallon, and of course our endgame legendary tank, Omamal. After your 400th summon, you'll get Omamal as a pity, and if you manage one of the other two, then good on you. Tank position filled. A tier consists of Iliad, Gulper, and our two tutorial tanks, Roruk and Avra. Although I may consider Avra as more of a tank support, I am currently using 3 of these guys in my team, and I can't complain. The shields and healing come in clutch often. And the B tier tankers are Egos, Gore, and the first 2 units you get, Arthur and Glacia. Let's move on. Next up is the supports and healers list, same deal as the tanks, with all supporters being viable, but the tutorial healer may not be. Starting in the S tier is Nadia, Naren, E-Drill, and Marrowflea, and I gotta say, that energy drain from Marrowflea is fantastic. I can't speak for the rest, but if they're anywhere as good as Marrow, then they're worth it. A tier is yet again Iliad and Avra, both supposedly being interchangeable in their roles, and an addition of Thaddeus. I can add that Thaddeus takes a bit of work to unlock his epic skill, but giving lifesteal to everyone is pretty awesome in my book. And B tier has our one and only starting unit, Aumi. So drop her. I saved the best for last. We have a ton of attackers compared to other roles, so let's not waste any time here. Worst is first, so let's get these loners in the C tier out of the way, Skova and Gamal. Both are completely unremarkable in damage compared to the others, and their uses also aren't as varied. Next in line is a hefty group of mini B tier attackers. In order they are Sol, Kelamine, Esmeralda, Baner, Lyra, One Door, Hick, Alanfear, and Cage. So just to clarify, no, these heroes aren't innately bad, and some of them may even hold the key to unlocking top tier strategies in the endgame, but to stand on their own against the rest of the list may be a bit of a stretch. Now we're getting hotter to the A tier, so keep an eye out for these attackers as they may just be your main character. It's Lorella, Vincent, Trelladome, Lena, Zara, Bardolph, Dalmay, and Ito. All these units are highly specialized and capable of carrying you through the most important features of the game. Okay, here we go. Make way for the S tiers because these guys are pulling no punches. Having one of these is a great way to progress quickly through the game's content. In the S tier we have Quinn, Ulrich, Nard, and Tisiphone. And as a fellow Tisiphone user, let me say, she straight up spams that misfortune ult the whole game, and every one of these heroes can do something equally crazy. And finally, the masters of all, the truly amazing and wonderful double S tier. These two are worth all your resources no matter how late in the game you obtain them, and our double S's are Nikita and Anika. When you receive one or both of these, because yes, someone's available to farm in campaign, do yourself a favor and slot them in to have a jolly good stroll to the endgame. And that's the Warspell Team Tactics RPG tier list. I of course am also working on my own original tier list, so if you don't want to miss that, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching. If you have a different idea on where a hero should be placed, be sure to leave it in a comment, but other than that y'all, that's gonna do it for me today, and I'll see y'all later, bye.